we are entering a new era of CCW. Welcome to CCW Talks. I am your host, Cecil Sharpe, here in the CCW Media Studio. And this is going to be a very different episode of CCW Talks. We have no guests today because we are going to run down one of the most historic cards in Coastal Championship Wrestling history, June 20th at Extreme Action Park in Fort Lauderdale, 5300 Powerline Road. It is the next generation, the next step of Coastal Championship Wrestling. We've all been sitting in our homes for 3 months waiting for wrestling. And here it is. South Florida, the patriarch of professional wrestling, Coastal Championship Wrestling is back. And I want to run down the card for you. We have a stacked card. Ticket sales are going wonderfully. Tickets, of course, are still on sale. We're a week away, and now we finally have what looks like almost a full card. I know there's always going to be surprises. There's always going to be people who are dropping in. There's always going to be amazing stuff that happen at CCW. For the most part, the card is ready. As you already know, if you're a CCW fan, the Colognes, Eddie Colon, Orlando Colon, the Shining Stars, Epico, Primo, whatever you want to call them, but the Colognes will be wrestling. And not only will they be wrestling, they'll be wrestling for the CCW Tag Team Championships. Yeah, that's right. Now, Matt Stryker, who's a current CCW Tag Team Champion, unfortunately, he lives in New York. And he's unable to come down due to COVID-19. So, Will Austin, his partner, will have a surprise partner. Now, will it be assigned by the CCW Executive Committee? Will they allow Will to choose who his partner is? Who is Will's partner going to be? But what we know is that the Colognes, in their first match at CCW, will be challenging for the CCW Tag Team Championship. Now, imagine this. I know a lot of people, they just got here. How did they earn their shot? They're asking me to ask the CCW Executive Committee. Let me tell you something. When you have guys who've been wrestling for 20 years, and they're still in their 30s, with the heritage that the Colognes have, their father, Carlos Colon, their promotion, WWC, they spent 7 long years in World Wrestling Entertainment, more than 7 years in the WWE, and they're coming to us, CCW, South Florida's best promotion, South Florida's only real wrestling promotion. The longest running professional wrestling, continuously running professional wrestling promotion in the state of Florida. They're coming to us, so we know where they deserve to be, and that's on top. Now, they had not been getting the opportunities that they deserve for the last 7 years in the WWE. 7 long years. Now, of course, Eddie Colon was the first undisputed tag team champion, along with his brother Carlito. They are multi-time tag team champions in the WWE, so it's not like they weren't given their just due. But what it is they are international stars, and they deserve to be at least named the number one contender. So June 20th. They are going to challenge for the CCW Tag Team Championship. And, of course, Will Austin, high flyer, one of the most electrifying wrestlers, not just in CCW, but in the world today. Imagine whoever he can bring to the table as his tag team partner, or whoever CCW appoints as his tag team partner, it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be 4 of the best technical, high-flying wrestlers in the world today, wrestling for one of the most prestigious tag team championships in the world today. So just with that, you need to come to Summer Glory 2020. But that's not it. Alex Ocean, the breakneck kid, he had a broken neck 6 months ago. And guess what? He is making his triumphant return from that broken neck at Summer Glory. He's wrestling one of the most electrifying professional wrestlers in the world, as well as DMC Dante Carter. Now, both of these men, they have a lot of respect for each other. And DMC has already gave a little bit of a disrespect to Alex Ocean in his deathmatch background, saying that DMC is a worker. DMC can go 30 minutes with anybody in the world. But can Alex Ocean? Where are the light tubes, Alex? Where are the chairs? So these are two men with mutual respect. But Alex Ocean clearly wants to prove that his neck isn't bothering him and that he deserves the CCW Heavyweight Championship, being held currently by his, I guess, former tag team partner, Agony. Agony will be wrestling Mikey, Spandex, DMC's tag partner from Task Force. Mikey appeared just this week on NXT television. So last week, NXT, next week, Coastal Championship Wrestling. Now, of course, this is Agony's first title defense. He defeated Striker Ramirez at the 16th anniversary show in March by putting him through a casket. Now he's facing a very different opponent. Mikey's strong, he's athletic, and very smart in the ring. So Agony went from fighting a pure striker in Striker Ramirez to now, how can Agony take on a wrestler, a real wrestler? And I know that that's just going to be an amazing match. Also, on the card, the Barrio brothers, former WWE, former WCW superstars, Ricky Santana and Fidel Sierra, will be wrestling a former NWA heavyweight champion, Tommy Rich, and the Doctor, Jimmy McDowell. This match is going to be interesting because you have obviously legends, former NWA champion, former WWE, former WCW superstars that are still out there, still busting their butts and still making an impact wherever they may go. Expect a grinding match, a tough match, but also expect Tommy Rich to do what he does. Tommy Rich also scheduled to appear at CCW in Nashville, his hometown, on July 25th. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Can he get past the Barrio brothers? That's the question. If he can get past the Barrio brothers, who will he wrestle in Nashville? And then, of course, everyone has been talking about it. You've seen the videos. The CCW debut of the 330-pound monster Vinicious. Bill Alfonso, manager of champions. He's taken Taz to world championships. He's taken Sabu to world championships and tag team championships. And, of course, Mr. Monday Night, Rob Van Dam. Fonzie was everything to those wrestlers. And now he's saying, before the pandemic, he was in Brazil, and he saw a lot of different types of fighting, unsanctioned bare-knuckle matches, unsanctioned cage matches in bars, and he says that he has found one of the most brutal wrestlers he's ever met. Now, Vinicious has appeared in Panama, Puerto Rico, and his home country, Brazil, in professional wrestling, and he is undefeated. He is making his American debut at Summer Glory. I would expect a lot from Bill Alfonso. Bill Alfonso has been in the wrestling business since 1979. He was a referee and an agent for the WWE, for the WCW. Most everybody knows him as the manager of champions in ECW. I don't think he has ever steered us wrong, and he has decided to bring his monster and himself on a long-term deal to Coastal Championship Wrestling. CCW is where the stars are, so hopefully Fonzie has brought one. Moving on, we also have the women. The women's champion, Marina Tucker, has not yet to have a title defense in CCW. Pretty amazing, considering she also won it at the CCW anniversary show in March. This pandemic has left everybody at home. So Marina is back, and she is defending against the unbreakable Lexi Gomez. Of course, these women are staples in the Florida wrestling scene, but these two have never wrestled one-on-one. They've never been Lexi versus Marina. And we're going to see who comes out on top on June 20th. Lastly, but not the least, of course, the Jackal. The Jackal has turned over a new leaf. You know, he's done with throwing pizzas in fans' faces. He's done being the mad and mean Jackal that we all know. He's turned a page. And I think the fans could see at their deepest hearts that Jackal's always been a great guy. But we're going to see him against Malik Bosede. Malik, again, a big star in Florida. He had wrestled previously for the CCW Heavyweight Championship. And he's looking to get back into the CCW Championship picture. You know, one that's getting crowded. Many people want to see what's going to happen with Agony. Will Agony retain against Mikey Spandex? Bringing us to the last match that I need to preview. Last but certainly not least, we have one monster of a wrestler against one monster of a figure in Cha-Cha Charlie. Cha-Cha Charlie wrestles Vince Steele, and this is an exclusive right now. That match is a number one contenders match for the CCW World Heavyweight Championship. The winner of Vince Steele and Cha-Cha will wrestle Agony down the line. It doesn't take a genius to remember. You don't have to be a genius to remember the type of history that Cha-Cha and Vince had. You know, Cha-Cha Charlie, when he won the CCW Heavyweight Championship against David Mercury in a steel cage 2 years ago, the man who came in the ring and celebrated him was Vince Steele. With him was Vince Steele. They're good friends. They work with each other. They stayed with each other's homes. When Cha-Cha would go to where Vince lives, or when Vince goes to Cha-Cha lives, they were personal friends, and you could see that. And once Cha-Cha had the championship, Vince maybe felt a little jealousy. At 450 pounds, 6'4", Vince Steele is a monster among men. He is the Jurassic juggernaut, and he means it. He's a specimen from the Jurassic period. And he is wrestling Cha-Cha Charlie. Now, of course, he turned on Cha-Cha, and they had their matches. And it's 1-1. This match will decide the winner of the feud. One of the longest running feuds in wrestling today. Now, who's gonna come out on top? Now, I don't know. You know, I think Cha-Cha has so much heart, and he has the fans' whole set behind him. But Vince Steele at 450 pounds is definitely not going to let him get away with Cha-Cha's normal routine. That's why this match is no disqualification. Anything goes. So thank you so much for listening. Buy your tickets to CCW Summer Glory. Go to the website. It's in the show notes. It's everywhere. You should know where to buy your tickets already, but buy it now. Front row is completely sold out, but we still have general admission tickets. And I want to tell you about the CCW Training Facility. Do you love wrestling? Come join us. You know, the CCW Training Facility is the longest running professional wrestling school and promotion in Florida. Did you know that? And we're located in sunny Fort Lauderdale. It's like a vacation all year round. Training is available for professional wrestlers, managers, referees, announcers, valets, more, media, whatever you want to do. We'll train you. Call or text 954-548-577 now to start your wrestling journey, your career. As head trainer Pablo Marquez says, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great, Daddy. Call 954-548-5779. Make sure to buy your Summer Glory tickets right now, and I'll see you next week.